Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Jaime Jaquez explodes in regular season finale. In a thrilling conclusion to the Miami Heat's 2024-25 regular season, sophomore sensation Jaime Jaquez Jr. delivered a career-defining performance against the Washington Wizards. Despite the Heat's narrow 119-118 loss on a buzzer-beater by Wizards rookie Bub Carrington, Jaquez stole the spotlight with a career-high 41 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists, shooting an impressive 68% from the field. This historic stat line, highlighted by @Heat_Muse on X, made him the only Heat sophomore ever to achieve such numbers in a single game, cementing his place among the franchise's brightest young stars. Jaquez's explosion came at a critical moment for the Heat, who finished the season at 37-45 and are now headed to the NBA play-in tournament. With several key players, including Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro, sidelined for rest, Jaquez seized the opportunity to showcase his potential. The performance was a bright spot in an otherwise tumultuous season for the Heat, marked by Jimmy Butler drama and inconsistent play. The Heat, a team known for playing their best basketball at the right time, will look to utilize Jaquez's performance as a stepping stone towards gaining momentum. For Jaquez, who had a disappointing second year after earning All-Rookie First-Team honors in 2023-24, this game was a reminder of his downhill attacking style and versatility. His 41-point outburst also places him among the youngest Heat players to score 40 or more in a game, joining the likes of Dwayne Wade and Tyler Herro. As the Heat gear up for a win-or-go-home play-in matchup against the Chicago Bulls, Jaquez's breakout could be the spark they need to ignite a postseason run. The Milwaukee Bucks will be entering the 2025 NBA playoffs as the 5th seed, finishing the 2024-25 season with a 48-34 record. As a result, they will face the number 4-seeded Indiana Pacers, a familiar foe who has tormented them in the past. During the regular season, the Bucks took a solid 3-1 victory over their matchups against the Pacers. However, Damian Lillard's absence ultimately alters the complexion of the matchup. For this piece, let's focus on assessing Milwaukee's regular season and 4 aspects that could shape their first-round series against Indiana. Entering the 2024-25 season, the Bucks carried championship expectations, especially with their duo of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard having more time together. Furthermore, let's not forget Adrian Griffin's shocking firing, which elevated Doc Rivers as head coach. However, they kicked off the season with a disastrous 2-8 start. But on the bright side, Milwaukee did recover enough to get themselves back into playoff contention, highlighted by winning the NBA Cup title. While that was enough to give the Bucks momentum to jock for a favorable playoff position in the Eastern Conference, the team announced that Lillard was diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis over a month after the All-Star break. With the All-Star guard sidelined indefinitely, Milwaukee will be forced to march on the rest of the year without their secondary superstar. There's no question that Lillard's condition has thrown a wrench into the Bucks' championship plans. How the team will fare the rest of the way should also create implications for Giannis' tenure in Milwaukee. Nonetheless, here are some bold predictions on their first-round series against the Pacers. Bulls' Lonzo Ball injury update brings playoff goal. The 2024-25 season, by all accounts, has been a successful one for Lonzo Ball. Many feared that his career could be over after multiple knee surgeries, but Ball defied the odds and made his triumphant return for the Chicago Bulls, playing in 35 games and even starting in 14 of them. However, Ball hasn't played since February 28, with a wrist injury keeping him out of commission. The Bulls will be fighting for their playoff lives on Wednesday night when they take on the Miami Heat in the 9-10 play-in tournament matchup. While it doesn't look as though Ball will be returning for that contest, head coach Billy Donovan said that the 27-year-old guard has resumed basketball activities and could return to action should the Bulls advance to the first round of the playoffs to face the Cleveland Cavaliers, as per Casey Johnson of CHSN. While Ball hasn't been ruled out yet for the Bulls' impending clash against the Heat, Johnson reported that it's unlikely for the guard to suit up. If Chicago defeats Miami, they will be facing the loser of the matchup between the Orlando Magic and Atlanta Hawks and would have to win that game too for Ball to reach this injury return goal of theirs. Considering how well the Bulls have been playing as of late, no one can rule out the possibility that they emerge from the depths of the play-in tournament to at least get the chance to give the Cavs a scare in the first round of the playoffs. Having Ball around would improve their chances of doing so, but the 27-year-old guard's health is the number one priority. Given how much adversity he's gone through over the past few years, there is no chance that they risk his physical well-being. In the aftermath of the Zach LaVine trade, the Bulls have rallied. They have gone 15-7 since the calendar flipped to March, and while that wasn't enough to get their record above .500, they will be a scary team to face in a single-game elimination setting due to the possibility of explosive games from Josh Giddey and Kobe White. Lonzo Ball would have given the Bulls another solid floor spacer and a stout defender, which should help them in an impending matchup against Tyler Herro and company. Nonetheless, Chicago swept the season series against Miami anyway, and they will be favored in that contest, with or without Ball. Heat emerge as landing spot for three-time NBA All-Star. The Miami Heat should be one of the most interesting teams to keep an eye on this summer. Despite remaining competitive and in the playoff hunt after trading away Jimmy Butler, the team will likely be aggressive in adding talent to the roster. Outside of trading one of Tyler Herro or Bam Adebayo, the avenue to doing so will have to come in free agency. Although this too will come with hurdles. The Heat currently do not project to have cap space to go big game hunting and may be perceived as a less attractive destination for free agents after Butler's departure. This may force the Heat to be creative and take a risk on a player with some baggage. One name that fits that bill and is already getting tied to the team is Phoenix Suns guard, Bradley Beal. According to Suns insider John Gambadoro, the Heat join the Nuggets, Spurs, and Warriors as teams who could show interest in Beal if Phoenix buys him out of his contract this summer. Beal has emerged as one of the NBA's most polarizing players in recent years due to his inconsistent play and massive contract. Despite his warts, Beal can still put up points and would provide some much-needed juice to a Heat team that is sorely dependent on Herro and Adebayo's shot creation. The former All-Star's perception would also greatly improve if he could play outside of the shadow of his max contract. With 3 years and roughly $160 million remaining on his deal, it remains to be seen if the Suns would eat the residual terms of his contract just to get him off the team. If they do, the Heat may look to buy low on the big name and hope a change of scenery and time in their culture could rebuild his stock. And you, fan? What do you think about Bradley Beal's situation? Write to us in the comments.